G.R.S. Mead's Concept of the Eternal Now by Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. Robert George Stowe Mead, 1863 to 1933, a prominent member of the Theosophical Society and a scholar of esoteric philosophies, proposed a unique interpretation of the eternal now that has garnered both praise and criticism. Mead's theory of the eternal now is outlined in his book entitled Echoes from the Gnosis of Mind. In this text, Mead presents a comprehensive analysis of Gnostic thought, drawing heavily on the works of Valentinus, 100 to 160 AD, one of the most influential Gnostic teachers. At its core, Mead's concept of the eternal now centres around the idea that time is an illusion and that the present moment is the only reality. Mead argued that our perception of time as a linear progression of past, present and future is merely a construct of our consciousness, and that the true nature of time is timeless and eternal. According to Mead, the present moment is the only moment that exists, and all other moments are either memories of the past or projections of the future. He believed that the present moment is a gateway to the eternal and infinite, and that by focusing on the present we can tap into the infinite potential of the universe. In Echoes of the Gnosis, he says of the initiate, "And so all of his senses and his energies are set on the great work of self-initiation in the mysteries of God. His life becomes illumined by the glory of perpetual perfectioning, and he no longer thinks that he has ever been other than now he is. For memory is ever present with him, and the memory of the mind is of the nature of eternity, which transcends all time and sees all past and future and all present in the instant that endures for evermore." Here he comments on space and time as a human construct to give form to our view of the universe. "I too await that dawn of a new age, but I doubt that the gnosis of the new age will be new. Certainly it will be set forth in new forms, for the forms can be infinite. The gnosis itself is not conditioned by space and time. It is we who are conditioned by these modes of manifestation." Here he comments on the limitations of the mind and man's ability to transcend them. "Mind is the person of persons, the presence of all presences. Time, space and causality are conditioned by the mind. But this mind, the true man, is not the mind in bondage to causality, space and time. On the other hand, it is just this mind in bondage, this procession of fate, the servant's form, which is the appearance that hides the potentiality of becoming the all, of becoming the eon, the presence, that is, the subsistence of all things present at every moment of time and point of space, and every instant cause and effect in the bosom of fate." In this quote, Mead highlights the opportunities for mankind offered by enlightenment. The gnosis itself is not conditioned by space and time. It is we who are conditioned by these modes of manifestation. He who is reborn into the gnosis becomes, as I have heard, the Lord of time and space, and passes from man into the state of Superman and Christ, or the daemon and God, as a Hermes would have phrased it 2,000 years ago, or of the Bodhisattva and Buddha, as it was phrased 500 years before that. Mead's concept of the eternal now is grounded in his understanding of consciousness and its relationship to reality. He argued that our consciousness shapes our perception of reality, and that by changing our consciousness we can change our reality. This idea is similar to the concept of subjective reality, which posits that reality is a reflection of our individual perceptions. Mead's views on the eternal now are also influenced by his understanding of Eastern philosophy, particularly Buddhism and Hinduism. He saw the concept of the eternal now as a way of integrating the insights of Eastern and Western philosophy and as a means of transcending the limitations of traditional Western thought. Critics of Mead's concept of the eternal now argue that it is too idealistic and does not adequately address the practical realities of human existence. They point out that humans are bound by the constraints of time and that the present moment is constantly slipping away, making it difficult to maintain a sustained focus on the eternal now. Despite these criticisms, Mead's concept of the eternal now continues to attract interest and attention from scholars and philosophers. Its unique perspective on time and reality offers a valuable contribution to the ongoing debate in philosophy and provides a thought-provoking lens through which to view the nature of existence.